Holy matrimony! Did you see the 10-2-5?
Okay,
news?
we're gonna talk about that
Jim,
because something's in there that's gonna blow Kristen's head off. And
She doesn't know yet?
no, I saw it and I said, "Oh my God, I can't wait to talk about this." I can't tell you because I need your honest, legitimate reaction.
So let me crack my beer before we start recording.
3, 2, 1.
All right. Well, welcome back to another episode of Server Restart In. It is a weekly World of Warcraft podcasted. Fuck.
You did good.
I
did good.
I did good. All right. Thanks everybody for listening. You can, all right. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of Server Restart In. It is a weekly World of Warcraft podcast hosted by three opinionated players who like to get together to discuss their thoughts about the current state of the game. My name is Jim. I am joined by Kristen.
Hello.
And Brian.
Hello.
Who just disappeared. Camera went bye-bye. And so we got some announcements for, I don't know what the hell is going on with...
What the?
I don't know either. I'm sorry. I was just trying to...
What the? Oh my God, that hurts my eyes.
I know, me too. Stop it.
Anyway. So 10.2 has been out for a week and a half now. The raid dropped this past Tuesday. All the, usual suspects are doing their splits, getting gear for the Mythic Plus raid.
I've been playing.
Kristen's been playing like every day since it dropped. It's been insane. The story's been pretty fucking good. As far as like just doing like just the story that's out there. It's like this content patch has just been like a breath of fresh air.
I got some amazing antlers that let birds come down and like hang around by me. And I'm a druid, so of course, so that's amazing.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So it's the Forest Lord's Antlers. It is a cosmetic piece. It was originally intended to be tied to the achievement Dream On, which is a meta achievement.
Dream on, dream on, dream on.
Yeah.
However,
No.
It was.
They didn't pay Aerosmith royalties, and so
It was incorrectly being attributed to the
Read Emotions,
the seed one, I think,
to treasure.
No, the treasure
treasures
one.
of the Emerald Dream or whatever.
It was like that on the PTR. Sorry. Yes.
Whatever it was incorrectly attributed to the wrong achievement, so people were getting it for that achievement. So rather than switch it to the achievement it was supposed to be, they said, fuck it, we're going to leave it tied to that achievement and we'll come up with something else for the other achievement.
Which is good, because I got it for the treasures one. I was like, oh shit.
Because like
I didn't expect it.
I saw it, I told her about it, and I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, it comes from this achievement, so we're doing the achievement. But then like she got it but didn't have the meta achievement. So I looked it up and found all that stuff. I'm like, okay, well that makes sense. I went and looked through the patch notes or the hotfix notes or whatever, where they said that. I'm like, that's good. That means like they didn't take it away from people that got it, regardless of whether the people were, if they were doing it like as an exploit or not. Which nobody's gonna. Whatever, it's a fucking cosmetic.
You wouldn't exploit it. It was just taking
treasures. Advantage of getting a reward for the wrong achievement would be an exploit. Okay, it would be.
Well,
I got it without realizing.
But like, if the complexity was that much different, maybe, I don't know. That's kind of a gray area, right? Like,
well, no, it is that, because I don't think you can have completed the Dream On achievement yet. Because
you can, I think, because New Beginnings comes out after you beat normal, I think. Because somebody was commenting that they had that quest line available after you beat normal.
Yeah, but I'm saying that there's stuff that you had to wait for the raid to come out, and people were getting it before this week even started.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I guess that
but
is.
I mean, I'm not saying that it would be an intentional exploit and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but
if that was the case, I was exploiting, even though
Yeah.
it wasn't, because
You're-
I
you're a
got
dirty
it and I
cheater.
was like, I'm like, why did I just get this? And Jim was like, what did you just get? And I'm like, the things. I was doing the stuff because it was part of the meta achievement and I wanted to have everything done. And the only thing I didn't have was the new beginnings stuff after that. And I got it. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
it's just
And they're amazing because my character's a druid, and so birds
Yes.
just randomly like come. It's like I'm a Disney princess, you know.
But that's good. It's a good thing that they did it. And I feel like they've done that before. This has happened before, and they've kind of done that. But it's just kind of good to see them still, doing that kind of stuff. It's a small little thing, but it's still kind of really amps you up for just like the way they're handling things. So yeah, I mean, the first world boss in the dream was up this week. Big old fucking roid bear.
Oh, is that what it was that
Yeah.
I killed?
Yeah. I mean, Chris was
wasn't
just
paying
playing but
attention.
not paying attention.
Yep.
It's really cool. There's a side quest that you do with Rathian and Viranoth to get like a couple of other dragon flights.
Oh yes, that was.
So
cool.
you bring over the Netherwing and the Storm Drakes from.
Oh, that's the one I haven't finished yet.
It's so good
I forgot about that.
because you get it. Do it. It's. Do you care about minor spoilers and stuff like that?
No. Please
Okay.
go ahead.
Because you go to the Halls of Valor, and because they're basically the Storm Drakes won't answer the call to the Dragon Isles because they serve Odin, who basically in Viranoth is like, fuck that guy. He said the dragons weren't worthy protectors, and then he enslaves them to be his
Yeah.
like things or whatever. Fuck that guy. So you basically go out there, and she's like, yo, dudes, you can get the fuck out of here. Fuck this guy.
You
And
kick his butt.
and it's like, yeah, and you go up and you fight Odin and all that stuff, and it's just like, it's great, It's like,
Damn, I can't believe I haven't done that yet.
I mean, really, he just kind of stands there. It's not like it's
Well,
a
it's-
big
but-
fight.
but it's like the dungeon. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
the dungeon, except it's like
I mean, when in doubt,
Really? Because it
kick
didn't
Odin's
feel
ass,
like anything
right?
like
Like-
the dungeon to me.
I
Like
mean, the fights
you
were the
go into the dungeon, but I mean, he literally
I
does
mean,
not
all the
didn't
mobs
do
are
anything.
the same, and except for like at the gate. It's funny because when you come up to like the third pack, it's got like 4 guys plus the Storm Drake, and you start fighting them. Viranoth's like kills the guy on his back. He's like, "Yo, dude, you can chill out, so you don't have to fight the Drake." And like when Heimdall's blowing his horn to summon them to come across the pathway with this stuff, it's like she's like, you guys don't have to do that. So it's just funny to watch like all these mechanics that were based on these dragons just not happen and stuff. So it was cool. It was a really cool bit of story. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I don't know. It was cool to see them bring in the Netherwings and all that stuff. So like now they're kind of hanging around, and I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was a nice little touch because he's like, there are other dragon flights that aren't like the main dragon flights out there. It's like the Infinite Dragon Flight kind of already got brought into the fold doing the dungeon, the Dawn of the Infinites, right? Because that had a follow up, but we haven't seen the chromatic. What was the one that Deathwing made, where you fight like U-25 or something like that in the Deathwing raid in Cataclysm. They were like they were like purple ones, and I don't know if it was like
the
the
Twilight.
Is it Twilight Dragonflight? It might be.
Mm.
Yeah. We haven't
the
seen
infinite Dragonflight's the one that's always been there. It's like the
time
opposite
one.
of bronze, right?
right.
Yeah.
And then the Twilight one
Okay.
are like the experiment ones that Neltharion or Deathwing made, like through the experiments. So you fight them when you go into like Blackwing Descent, I think, and stuff like that. And when you're doing the Wormrest Temple, like the Fall of Deathwing raid, it's like you get to the top before you like shoot them out of the sky with the Demon Soul. It's like that dragon comes up, Ultraxian, I think is what it is.
Ultraxian, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. We haven't seen them, but maybe they're all just kind of like corrupt and been eradicated. I don't know.
What's the news? I'm curious.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's going to be the last thing I talk about too. So
No.
we'll save it for last because we'll talk about it the most.
Oh.
So I want to
That's
cover some
fair.
of the other stuff. It'll be real quick. So they got the 10.2.5 has been announced or whatever, and it's called Seeds of Renewal. So that is dragon riding is unlocked worldwide, so that you get the option to switch back and forth.
Congrats, Brian. Sorry.
Oh, you guys are both playing the fucking game. Why does nobody take this shit serious but me?
God, Jim, are you ever gonna play the
Are
game?
you ever gonna play?
Oh,
Like, what the
my.
heck,
You
man?
just talk about the game and never play it.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I live vicariously through you guys, and I'm glad Kristen's been playing again, so I actually get to like some information. Dragon riding unlocks worldwide. Azerothian Archives, which is something that Morgan Day brought up. Don't know exactly what it's going to be, but it's going to kind of be archaeology, kind of adjacent. So that's
Is that the one that? Okay, yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
Don't know exactly what it. Oh, I could read what it says. Discover the history of the Dragon Isles and meet a unique cast of characters. Hear stories of old and witness the iconography of a time before. So there will be solo and group activities within Trader's Rest. There'll be a weekly public event. So there's another public event coming up with plenty of opportunities to explore and earn rewards like battle pets, mounts, and a transmog set. So they're adding
More battle pets.
and transmog and mounts and stuff. So that's cool. There's a Gilneas reclamation. So King Greymane is going to basically take back Gilneas. But apparently it's not as empty as expected. So we'll help reclaim what was lost and return the kingdom to Gilneas.
Isn't he taking care of Stormwind and everything now too?
Yeah, I don't. Torellian might.
Well, he's kind of over that shit now.
I thought Greyman was the one who was
I don't
taking
know.
care of all of them.
They're
So-
adding new character customization. So trolls are going to get some new stuff, new hair colors. There'll be some more, I think, a new skin tone and some other stuff for Draenei. And then Warlock Tyrant and Darkglare Demons are on their way, and you'll get more customization achievements and stuff for completionists to do.
A new skin tone for Draenei. They just got the
It's
red
like
ones.
it's like a darker blue, kind of more like Archimonde, I think, than Kil'jaeden. I think if you'd have to liken it to an Eridar. But the main thing is
More space goatee.
They need to
Yeah.
give us Broken. That would be really cool.
yeah, that'd be a good allied race. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
they set the seeds for that,
Ugh.
honestly.
Yeah,
When
did.
they brought when you unlocked the red skin tone stuff.
Yeah.
But the main thing, not the main thing. Love is in the Air holiday gets new updates. There's new mounts and new transmogs and stuff for that. So, but the main thing that's coming.
Is this what?
Yes,
Comeuhning?
coming.
it's the Comeuhning.
This is the coming of
Is this the first Comeuhning?
yes, followed immediately by the second, and shortly thereafter
I
by
hope-
the third.
Okay.
Wow, that's impressive.
What would you say, Kristen, if I told you that something that we have been talking about for a long time is actually going to happen?
They're gonna do time walking. I mean, they're gonna fix guild faction stuff.
No,
Motherfucker.
but you're going to get follower dungeons.
Explain.
So you can tank, heal, and DPS alongside follower NPC companions that join you on your dungeon adventures. They will be
They're
available.
gonna have AI.
They're going to be available in all 8 normal Dragonflight dungeons and can scale from 1 to 4 players. These companions will allow players
we
to
could-
learn about Dragonflight dungeons at their own pace
Oh my
and provide the freedom to experiment and customize their party makeup.
fuck yeah!
Duties. The duties have happened.
That's pretty cool.
Wow, good.
I need to know which Blizzard employee.
Unexpected, right?
Yeah.
It was unexpected.
Came out of fucking nowhere. We've been talking about this for how long?
They listen.
I need to know which fucking Blizzard employees
We are the
listening.
underdog podcast they listen to.
Yeah, we're the ones that nobody listens to and have all the good ideas, and
That's right.
Yeah.
like they're doing it. So yeah,
I
so-
mean-
and it's not just you
Yeah.
with 4 NPCs. It's 1
I
to
know.
4 people.
I know. That is that. So I know we've talked about this before, but the thing that Blizzard has always excelled at was taking other people's ideas and making them better. That was
Usually.
that was the whole thing with WoW when it first launched.
Yeah.
It took EverQuest and it made it better, right? Because Now you don't have to worry about dying and losing your XP and losing your levels. You don't have to run back. You do have to run back, but it was the XP
But you
loss.
didn't lose
I think.
the items.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. So, they iterated it on and they made it better. Well, Final Fantasy has the duty thing in there with the AI and stuff like that.
Duty.
Duty.
But you can only go in with just you, the trust system. You can only just go in with you and 3 of the AI. So it's not like, I wish you could just go in with you and a friend and then just supplement with 2 AI. And I'm so grateful that at least WoW is going to do that. That's awesome. That is
It's now
great.
it's normal dungeons, which is fine.
Fine as long as all the mechanics are in normal dungeons. If you have all of the mechanics that are
I
in
don't
there.
think mythic or heroic dungeons have different mechanics. I know the raids do, but I don't know if the dungeons do. And that's something you could check in the dungeon journal.
And
You could see if there's like heroic, like flagged abilities, but for the most part, I don't.
It would be cool. It would be cool if it maybe normalizes your gear, though, right? Because that would give you more of a fighting chance of like getting better at your class in a dungeon than like over gearing it just to get through it.
Right. That's what they do in Final Fantasy is they normalize your gear, but they do that for all of their dungeons. So I don't know how WoW is going to do it. They do that.
I don't know. But this is all we have right now. Let me see.
It's a great damn start, dude. Oh my gosh,
That
that's so
is-
exciting.
It's something we've
That
been
is very
goddamn
cool.
talking about for how long?
When are they
And
going to do it for?
10/25, so that'll be coming out in a couple months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, they really kept that close to the vest, huh?
Yeah, it says,
Yeah.
so the article is saying that they announced it, blah, blah, blah. Not much is revealed in the announcement, in the post. So it could be either a way to test the technology for delves or a way to expand the bot NPC AIs that they first used in the Comp Stomp Brawl.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So they have all this stuff there. So this could just be, how do we use it in a way that we can actually, because again, this makes it so that you don't have to have friends.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
really.
they're
It's a
still
normal
controlling
dungeon.
it pretty hard. They're controlling it pretty hard, though.
I mean, it's a normal dungeon.
Well, no, I know.
Like,
but
other
but I'm
than-
saying, but you can get the story experience and stuff like that.
Yes.
Just in normal, so you don't have to worry
Dude, you
about.
can get that in the what was the White Tiger Temple experience in a real dungeon to learn your
the
stuff,
proving ground.
dude.
Learn your stuff. That's
Yeah.
exactly it. To learn, like, I would love that right now because I need to learn Boomkin, relearn Boomkin, and I haven't played it in a while, and the mastery changed, blah blah blah, because I've been healing. So it'd be great. I don't want to torture people with going in and doing dungeons on my Boomkin when I'm trying to learn stuff. So it would be great to do that. I mean, AI, you don't have to apologize to them after,
Yeah, well, and that's just it. It takes off.
I mean, I tell Siri thank you all the time.
I do too.
So-
Well, not Siri, but Alexa or Google
Yeah.
or any AI. I am very polite to them because when they take over, I want them to have a record of that.
But the nice thing about it
Nice.
is that you don't have to worry about queuing up to do a normal dungeon and either
Yeah.
get the person that queued up as a healer, but with no intent on healing, and so you
Yeah.
die all the time.
Or I mean, just
Or
like
the tanks that do the wall to wall.
you have to learn one way or another, and
Well,
people are just unforgiving, right?
and-
In quick dungeons nowadays, they're unforgiving. I'm sorry, but like BC, when I was a paladin and I could not, was respec in at the time? I don't think it.
Yes.
I don't know if it was or not.
You could respect.
Was it in?
Yeah.
It just cost money, right?
It costs money.
So I think,
Yes.
yeah. So I put together gear to heal a dungeon in Ret, and I remember it was a pain in the ass, but
Yeah.
we did it.
Yeah.
And so,
Well-
like, as slow moving as it is, and as hard as it was to put together a group and go to a dungeon,
Yeah.
that slow moving pace enabled a lot more learning
Yes.
than it does today.
Yes.
Like, you got to shit and get today. Remember,
Yeah.
Jim, when I hopped on that Drakthir to heal when we did a few dungeon or one dungeon? I don't remember. I mean, that was like I was nervous because I'm like, oh god, is this right? Is this right? Is this right? Like,
Yeah.
So having this in place is like
it allows you
pretty
to
nice,
like
yeah.
at least build up enough confidence to try, and then go do a dungeon with people, and then just have your confidence shattered when they're shitheads.
And the nice thing,
Yeah.
though, because I imagine if they're doing it for Dragonflight, they're going to hopefully continue it going forward, and it won't be just one of those things that they, just add in at the end of this X pack and then they never touch again. Hopefully, it is something they're going to go further.
This isn't like just the end of the expansion. There's 3 That's the first
Yeah, but there's
3.
no more raids. This is the end of the raid tier. This is the end of the, it's essentially the end of the expansion.
But yes.
But anyway, my point is, hopefully, that this is something that they continue going forward. So that way, in the next X pack, when we have to do dungeons for stories and stuff like that, we don't have to find a group. If we don't, you know what I mean? We don't have to queue up into whatever. We could just, if Jim and I want to do it at 10 o'clock at night and we have a half an hour or whatever, we can just do it. Boom, done.
If you can get it done in half an hour, congratulations. That's awesome.
The only thing is that hopefully at that point they allow cross-faction queuing for something like that.
God, yes.
But that's not a group.
They need to fix that.
But that's not a group finder activity. That is you specifically forming a group and doing it. So that might not fall under the same category.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
So the cool thing about this feature is, like, we don't have to get ahead of ourselves and be worried about it, because it's a big fucking step from what they would normally do, which I think kind of speaks to like what they're trying to do differently.
Mm-hmm.
They're going back to stealing shit from other expansions,
which is
and
what
it's
they
great.
excel at. Yes,
or
do
not,
that.
Other games, not expansions. I'm sorry. They're going
Steal
back
it
and they're
and
taking
make it better.
systems like, and the next thing they're going to do is you watch the next thing that's going to come in is going to be a housing thing, and it's going to be better than any of them. Because they're going to be like, okay, which ones are good and what are we taking and how are we doing this? And it might be a bigger one because they may need to, because again, like we've talked about, they put in a housing system. You're going to want to decorate it. So they're probably going to have to update professions so that way you can craft things and sell them for people to use to decorate. That would be great. And that would be exciting. But like, yeah, this is the first step down a great thing. Like, and they talked about, it's like, yeah, here's the next 3 raids and all that stuff. This is a new chapter for World of Warcraft in general. And it is. It's like, it's crazy to think that after 19 years that they're still doing things that just go, oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
It's exciting, and it's just like, I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
Now that I know that that's coming, it's like, fuck. Now, they probably have limited it to normal, so you can't do it for the vault, because the vault is heroic and higher, which, whatever. If you're only doing normals, it's probably better anyway. Because it does take a little bit more coordination to do it at a higher level, so...
Yeah, and that's fine. I think that's fine. Like,
but I mean, it's like, God, I hope that they're companions that. Oh man, I wonder if you can.
I want roll bear mantle again.
God,
I am Nature's Fury.
I thought it was Nature's Rage.
Whatever, I don't remember. It's been a while. It could have been Rage. You could be right. God damn. I suck at druiding.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible druid.
Yep. And this is your expansion too.
Yeah.
You're just sucking it up.
And here I am sucking it up. Man.
Disappointing.
I know.
But yeah, so that was kind of like the big thing. I saw that and I immediately was just like, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Because again, like you said, not on anybody's fucking radar. Unless you had a fucking inn and somebody was, telling you secrets that they shouldn't have. Like, I didn't see anything. Granted, I don't necessarily look for shit to do, but it's just like, it wasn't data mined. It wasn't fucking, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's coming out soonish. So it's like, people would have data mined this at some point, but I don't know, man. It's
It's
crazy.
very cool.
Well, the cool thing is too, like the, I mean, didn't 10.2.5 just drop onto?
The PTR.
Has it dropped on the PTR yet? Yeah, like
I'm not
whatever.
sure.
Like they knew. Yeah, they could data mine 10.2.5 like as of like a few days ago or late last week. So
do they have that
even
on
if
the
they could
PTR
find
right
it,
now?
like they announced all this stuff right off the bat with it. So that's pretty badass.
I'm
Yeah,
kind of
I don't know.
curious to go onto the PTR and see if we can.
Is it?
if we can
Is
do
it on the
that.
PTR? I don't know. Let's take a look.
I don't know if it is or not. I just know like whatever they use to track,
Yeah.
like the.
Oh no! I mean, 10.2.5 is on the PTR, so I don't know what's in it, but it might be worth taking a look. I don't know if that system may just not be in there because they didn't want it in there yet because they didn't want people to find out sooner. So
I mean, but now that they've announced it, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like that would be good to.
right, well they might push another build out here soon that has it on there because obviously that's going to be something you're going to want to test.
Sure.
And you're going to want to have people test it to make sure that, like the AI isn't just fucking sitting in the corner picking their nose because, like, they're all huntards
I'd
or
be
something
okay
like
with
that.
that.
But,
how cool would it be to pick your comp?
Oh, that
that's
would
what
be
I'm
pretty
wondering.
cool, actually.
Right?
Oh, that would be totally fun.
Well-
Holy cow.
well-
Jim would be
Right?
all Death Knights.
Jim would be all.
no, because it would force you to have a healer. It
Death
would-
Knight healers.
Huh?
It's a different type of
It's a
dungeon, my
Death Knight
friend.
healers.
Yeah. It says companions will allow players to learn about it and pace and provide a freedom to experiment and customize their party makeup. So
Oh.
there's not a lot of information. But I mean, if you can be like, okay, well, I want a warlock.
What
and I
they
want a
actually meant
hunter.
was like you can put makeup on them.
No, you can put
Different-
lipstick on a
You
pig.
can determine if you want a lot of rouge or just a little rouge, the type of eyeliner.
I think you mean rogue.
If you want it winged, if you want winged eyeliner or not.
But yeah,
Oh,
but like
God.
it would be nice if you could be like, well, I want an affliction warlock because I want to see how
Right.
that synergizes with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that might be pushing
That'd
it.
be cool.
Dude, that's so cool.
That is
That
very
is
cool.
so awesome.
I
Oh,
definitely want to
Gosh.
see how that.
If they made it so that you could fucking like the party leader could be like, if they just made it so that you could collect them and then customize them, and then whoever the party leader is, like that's the they get to choose from their pool of followers basically, and do that.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And if you want to run with characters that you've decked out, you could do that. I don't know, but
It's very cool.
it's excited. I can't wait. In fact, I might be trying the PTR after this just to see if it's on there.
Just to see if it's on there. Yeah.
If it is, you better holler.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna make sure I have the PTR.
Yeah, mine's ready to go. I could just click play right now and just say screw you guys
Aren't
and just
you
stop recording.
lucky?
I mean, you guys are already fucking playing.
How do I? Why do
No, I'm
they
not.
bring this stupid screen up?
I don't know.
It's so
Click
dumb.
on
Jim,
the
I got
WoW
quests to
icon
do,
on my-
buddy. Sorry.
I know you got to do that thing.
Wow, icon there.
And then yeah. So
PTR,
is it
10.2.5.
today?
Yes, I
Is
have
the
it downloaded.
day for 8 hours ago? WoW's 19th anniversary stuff went active,
Yay.
so you get a little thing.
So you can use all your rep things if you've been saving them, but don't wait until Sunday till you get the extra 10%.
Do they stack? Do you even know if they stack?
I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's not going to hurt me to wait until Sunday.
Yeah, 19% buff, experience and rep, and it does work for the Dream Wardens. The Doomwalker and the originals, which are those world bosses, they all drop 441 gear,
Oh yeah, I got a
Dang.
which is 1 out of 8, which means it's upgradable quite a bit.
Cool.
The little Frostwing is a recolor of the little Deathwing pet from Cataclysm and should show up in your mailbox. Oh, I didn't see it.
Did you go in your mailbox?
Is it? I have to check because I got the package from it. So I have to open the
It
package.
was in the package.
No, just look in your look on your
See if it's just in my
see
inventory
if it's in your
or your thing.
inventory.
The Azure World
Only
Chiller.
one person, only one.
I only log into
character
one
gets it.
character.
Okay, I just because
I only log into
I
one
was
character.
logged
Let's-
into my
be real.
character. I was logged
Yeah,
into
but it's
my
okay. Your character's not listening to the podcast.
I was logged into my druid when the thing went live and I didn't get the mail. So then I logged into my priest, got the mail and opened it on there and, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
And then logged into my druid and got it again and didn't get the
I'll get
hat
it.
again.
But the Azure World Chiller, which is the Frost recolor mount of the Obsidian Worldbreaker from the 15th anniversary is a drop from the Doomwalker, and apparently it's 100%. And I killed it, and I got the drop, and I was like, and I
was
was
like,
everybody gets it, it's guaranteed. And I'm just like, oh.
I know, I felt so bad. I am the worst. He's like, yeah, I thought it was special, and I was like, yeah, no.
I was like, oh. She just like completely.
I did.
Like,
I squashed that joy. I did. I was like, you cannot get joy from this game.
No,
after I wasn't paying attention.
I'm a druid. This is my patch.
I was doing something when it happened, and so I wasn't paying attention. And then I would have cushioned the blow.
Hey, Jim, you're a Death Knight. You got a whole expansion with the Shadowlands, okay? So get over it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, this is my patch. You got a whole expansion. Don't look at me like that. I'm just teasing you.
The shit I put up with from you guys.
I know. You
know,
have it so hard.
I try to sit here and have a very decent
Civilized.
and respectable.
I mean, look at the mood. Look at this one feature.
Guys.
This one feature created this whole mood for us.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna talk. I thought you. Never mind.
What?
I didn't know.
No, I thought you were gonna do that.
Oh, quack quack.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I thought that was what you were talking about, like that feature.
I don't even remember how to do it, Jim.
Aww. Anyway.
I was.
Yep. Yeah. Anyway, you were what?
I was gonna say something else and I forgot.
Oh. I'm glad that you
were able to announce that.
Yeah.
I had a No, I.
Oh, that was another thing that's coming out. Dreadlord's Regalia armor.
What is that?
It is two different versions. There is the Dreadlord Shadowbane Regalia and the Dreadlord's Venombane Regalia. It's Dreadlord armor.
Huh.
With wings and horns and everything.
Huh.
Oh, it'll be of course. Fucking thanks for the fucking spoilers. Wow, ahead. Apparently, Dreadlords are coming back as part of the Reclaiming Gilneas storyline.
Oh, I guess
no,
they're...
I'm sorry. They don't know. It says, "Will we see the Dreadlords return?"
Oh,
well, so I don't know.
You're mixing my emotions. My gosh.
Can you link what you're looking at?
Sure.
I just want to look at it. I just want to look at it after. I want to look at what the items are.
Sure. I mean, there's like kind of like plate looking stuff.
Yeah, I
like
just wanna...
Dreadlord stuff. It looks kind of dumb on a human.
Can I say, I love the armors. This expansion or this patch.
Because they all look like fucking druid shit.
They're amazing. Brian, did you see how amazing my character looked? I posted him in
They all look horny to me.
Okay.
No, not yours. Like everybody's as horny. That's all it is. Druid horniness.
They all look horny. Like, okay, not horny yet. Okay. No.
Yeah, with horns.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
I don't use any of it, so I mean,
my character looks
that's
so
surprising,
good.
Jim.
I have been rocking the same transmog since the end of BFA because it is probably the best fucking Death Knight transmog that exists, and it's the fucking plate gear from Battle for Dazar lore, and it's the fucking dinosaur shit, and the fucking shoulder plate is a giant fucking Triceratops skull. Yeah, fuck that. That's the only armor I wear.
Well, the Dreadlord stuff actually looks pretty cool.
It looks kind of dumb on the human, and I can't tell.
I don't like the wings.
It makes them look dumpy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like,
I don't like the wings, but I've never liked the back wing stuff.
They move.
What?
That's what I mean. I don't like those accessories.
They kind of like. They don't like flap, but they kind of sit there. Like if you scroll down a little bit, there's like a little animation of the wings.
Just looks like cosplay. Is what it looks like, and so I don't really.
Oh,
I don't really care for it.
They just look like they're I like that actually.
It says the Dreadlords or Nathrazim returned to the Shadowlands during the Anima Drought as servants of Sire Denathras and the Jailer. However, with the jailer's defeat, the Nathrism now only answer to Denathrius, yet the current whereabouts of Romornia, Denathrius, and the Dreadlords remain unknown. That means that fucker's coming back.
Good. He should.
We should have fucking killed him.
I thought everybody liked him.
Yeah, we do like him. I liked him.
Do you really want to have like more ties to Shadowlands going forward? Because that's what it is.
I guess that's a good point.
A good ties wouldn't be so bad.
I don't know if there are any good ties to Shadowlands.
So I guess
the jailer was not a good tie to Shadowlands, that's for sure.
I mean,
but he's dead. He's like dead.
Was Shadowlands the
right? That's what I'm saying. Like
before this one.
What's that?
Was Shadowlands the X-Pack before this one?
Before Dragonflight?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't remember. I block it out as much as I can.
Yeah. So we don't know where they are. Yeah, those wings, they should be bigger, honestly. If they were going to do that, they should have just made them bigger. Like if they were like half again.
I like the stuff where they have the wings that just kind of flap out every so often.
Like the
on certain things.
The Warlock ones or the Druid bug set with the little wings that hang down.
I love
and then go.
those.
Maybe so, yeah.
I miss
the
those.
like full intentional wings that like mog to your back is gross. I just don't like even the backpack's like almost too much.
I think it depends
itself.
it depends on what it is. Like I got the totem back piece and I love that shit.
Yours works out really well.
Well, because I'm a Tauren, so.
Well, I'm saying like it really completes the setup. But like all the stuff that I've gotten through mine, even the undead stuff, heritage gear, they gave you the spiky looking thing. I hate it. I just hate it. Hate it. Oh, yeah, well, just give me a cloak or give me a shield. I'll put a shield on my back. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, they gave you a coffin.
Otherwise,
they gave you a coffin.
Oh, the coffin, yeah. Well, yeah, it's like the Revendreth thing, isn't it? Because they didn't need a coffin there too.
Yeah.
For a back item.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a me thing, but I definitely don't like
it was a sin stone, wasn't it?
The back pieces
for the Revendreth.
It was like
a sin stone.
tombstones, not.
Yeah. It was a sin stone. It wasn't a tombstone. It was the.
I guess like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a sin stone. It looks like a tombstone.
Yeah.
And the Maldraxxus one was like the spider hands or something like that, like bug legs. And
was it? I don't remember that either. Oh gosh.
So it looks like in relation to the end of like if you defeat Farak, or maybe even if you're just a night elf, there is some more. It's the raiment of Mirdrasil, which is a blue and white recolor of the night elf heritage armor. So that was like data mined way back when the night elf heritage armor came out and stuff like that. But you only ever got the one variant, and people were like whatever. So now it's coming out through.
I don't like the heritage armor that much, so it really doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, that's okay. It doesn't like you either.
It does not. No. I am a big fan of the stuff in the Emerald Dream, though.
Yes.
Like, it's so good.
Oh man, the warrior armor's ugly.
For the tier.
Yeah, it's just like
the Death Knight stuff. Just looks kind of like
Yeah, half the time they fail with the warrior tier sets, anyways.
Yeah.
I feel like they're not very inspired. Sadly.
Yeah.
I don't really like the druid one either, but luckily
you have the other stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, the warrior one's like a juggernaut looking.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, obviously, but
but it's like it could be any warrior set. You know what I mean?
Did we talk about Samwise retiring? Did we talk about that last week?
I don't remember.
We mentioned it, but he also released a thing on YouTube.
I watched
talking about it,
and actually it made a lot of sense. He was talking about how he's been at Blizzard for 32 years, That's the
Oh, that's right, yeah.
That's the majority of his life.
Oh yeah, and he said he felt like he was in his mother's basement and he's leaving.
Well, that was in the announcement kind of thing, yeah. But in the thing, he was doing a drawing. And he was talking about how his dad had passed away several years ago in his 70s, and he's only like 25 years from that. So he's like, well, if he said something of, if I have my dad's genes, which they'd be too long and the waist would be too small or something like, which was fucking hilarious. The guy is fucking hilarious, but he's like, I may only have like 20 something years left.
Yeah.
I'm going to go do something else.
Sure.
You know, it's like, even though Blizzard, you know, supported and allowed them to do side projects and stuff like that and gave him time to do it, because he did a lot of side projects and stuff like that. He's just like, I'm going to just take a step back and do some other stuff.
Sure.
And you know, with what time he has left. And like, that's cool. You know, it's like, so that was cool. I followed him on that stuff because it'd be interesting to kind of see what he does.
Did you see Ghostcrawler is not at Riot anymore? He's making an MMO with some different people.
Oh, great.
That's interesting.
Yeah, where is he? I saw the thing that he was talking about, the video where he was talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Where did he go? Is he with that like Dreamlight whatever?
I don't know. I haven't watched the video yet. I just saw it and I was like,
Here's the
ooh,
thing.
I'm interested to watch it.
Here's
Not that I didn't particularly like Ghostcrawler.
But he was a dick.
Yeah, but I have been, you know, kind of curious to see how that Riot MMO is going to pan out, because they seem to have a very rich world in which to draw from.
Isn't that League of Legends?
That is League of Legends, yes. That is the Arcane show and everything. And they have, so I feel like they have it's pretty interesting, you know. So I was interested to see how that MMO was going to be. And I was like, but it always made me concerned because Ghostcrawler was on there. And I remember Ghostcrawler from Cataclysm, I think.
Yep.
And it was not...
dungeons are hard.
Yeah. It was not my favorite.
They were fucking hard in Cataclysm. Holy
they were
shit.
hard, but he came out like he did the whole like
swinging.
elitist thing.
Yeah.
He did the whole, you have phones, don't
swinging.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's basically it, yeah.
So here's the thing. How many of these things have we seen where people that used to be whatever are attached to these new projects that are going to be making MMOs and stuff, and where are these MMOs? Like, none of them have materialized.
Well, to be fair, MMOs take a very long time. Good MMOs take a very long time to cook. You know?
Yeah, I get it.
Mine's not coming out for a long time.
Yeah.
But I mean, you think
simmer.
about what? Baldur's Gate 3 was like 6 years?
Yeah.
And something like that. But you got constant updates. If it's something that you're actually fucking doing and you want to generate hype,
I don't know, man. If you watch, what is that one that's been in work for years? Ashes of Creation.
Oh yeah, Ashes of Creation. Yeah.
It looks cool. They've come out with ideas. They've done all kinds of stuff that have hooked on to the current theme of different games going on.
Yeah.
Where is it at? Not here. When's it coming out? I'm not sure anyone knows.
That's what I mean. It's just like you have all these things.
But they do constant updates.
They
and
do,
it's like,
yeah.
But I even play it at this point? Like, I started following it like, dude, it had been like 5 years ago or so.
Yeah.
There's no way it's been any earlier than that.
Well, I will say that Baldur's Gate 3, I hate to go back to it, but goddamn.
You don't hate to go back to it. You're going to rub it in all their faces.
I haven't played it in a while, but like they're still putting out updates, and like I guess
they actually just came out with a new thing where you can actually buy physical copies of stuff for like $80 or something like that. Physical copies of all the stuff that you got for the digital stuff or something like that. Like, it's just an addition. It's a content patch for people who want the physical stuff from it.
Okay.
So I thought that was kind of.
I mean,
cool.
that game studio is a fantastic game studio, and they were like teasing like that they got something in the works right now, which is probably going to be Divinity 3 or Divinity Original Sin 3, most likely, because they already said that they were going to kind of go back to that, which is fine, you know, but like, and they've already really said that they're not interested in doing any DLC for Baldur's Gate 3, because once you kind of get past level 12 or whatever, like D&D just gets insane. You basically start to become demigods and all that stuff, and it's just like trying to like tailor.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Is that true for D&D?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, if you think about like how much balance you have to do and all that stuff, and like how many more spells you have to add, and it just exponentially gets whatever more. But like,
Yeah.
I remember when they announced that they were doing Baldur's Gate 3, and like I was watching it, and then we got into the early access when it came out and all that stuff, and it's just like, it's great. And so, but like these other MMOs, it's like I don't see shit about it. I don't go looking for it, and I don't follow it, but you know, whatever. Don't know. But
I think that it takes a lot to make an MMO, and I
Sure.
also obviously but I think that some people until they actually have a solid base for stuff, they don't want to put anything out there, because they could put something out there that is just a concept, right? But people don't get the concept that it's a concept, right?
Yeah.
And people shit on it, and then all of a sudden their MMO is dead in the water because people were shitting on a concept instead of
I get it.
So
but-
I get them not wanting to put stuff out there until they're
I'm sorry, but like super involved MMOs like this, like WoW and stuff like that, I honestly, like, they're too old school, right? People are gonna companies, people, whatever, they're gonna run them way too old school, and it's gonna continue to fail.
Yeah.
I think they should, like, an MMO that would actually do well is gonna be more of a sandbox one nowadays, in my opinion.
I agree.
And Blizzard's the only type of company, right, that's going to be able to put out a game like MMO like this and keep it going without killing it off whenever there's like 20,000 players, right? If the cutoff, if the floor, I'm sorry, but if the floor is that high because it's the cost of the infrastructure and the people that go along with it to run the game. Like, I'm sorry, an MMO of this level is just not feasible nowadays unless you're a big enough studio to do it.
Like Square Enix still running 11, right?
Yeah.
They
I
run
mean,
11
and
and 14.
Simply, others could just do more sandboxy stuff
Mm-hmm.
and make really interesting, massively multiplayer games, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I'd be okay with that.
I love the idea of emergent gameplay, right? And, things that happen, that maybe they didn't intend, I mean, the huge Final Fantasy nightclub, casino, whatever thing that happens, right? There's huge
Cold saucer?
venues. No, people make venues in their houses, and you go there and they
interesting.
sell food, and they have giveaways. They give away gil. They give away pets and mounts and blah blah blah. It's a huge social thing, and I'm sure that wasn't their intention with it, but that is what kind of emerged. And it's amazing. And in periods of time when there isn't really any other content, you can still go and do that stuff, and people are still there doing it, and that's very cool. So it's like,
No, it's awesome.
they make their own content, and I would like to be able to make my own content. You know what I mean? I'd like to be able to, one of the things in Final Fantasy in free company houses is you can do airships and submarines, right? So that's one of the things that I do all the time is I use that. And one of my subs is named content because that is my content. That's what I do,
It's on the PTR.
Okay.
I'm looking
Is
at
it?
Yep. So we're doing that after this.
Okay.
But so earlier today, apparently, Blizzard put out a hot fix to disable APIs that are used for the interaction between, or for the interact distance between players. So range checkers will no longer be possible, and so they're going to be removing. This is from DBM. They're going to be removing from DBM shortly. So several bosses that also use distance calculations to filter warnings so that you don't see warnings if you're not near them are not going to be possible. And then they also come on, this wasn't really a target attack to DBM and more some weak aura. Someone in the RWF was cooking. I don't know what RWF is.
Race to world first.
Right. Okay. So it's like, and then whoever.
They fuck everything.
Well,
up,
whoever's
don't
running
they?
this says, to be honest, I've been ready for removal of range checks since 2018 when Blizzard told me they'd eventually remove the bug that allowed it. So the only reason it was there was because there was a bug.
Interesting.
So
are they going to give indicators around like people? Like that's kind of shitty. Like if you're going to have stuff that has a range mechanic and you're not going to give players a way to
no.
to figure out,
It's not going to filter it. You're not going to be able to detect range. So so the warning is just going to be there. And you're going to have to know whether or not you're within distance of.
that's
of
what
it.
I mean. That's like if there's not a circle around you, like a glowing purple thing or whatever, showing you that you've got a mechanic on you where you can't be near people, then that's kind of super shitty. I don't really like this. Like they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna remove, functionality from weak auras and we're gonna blah blah blah, and they're not making the shit. They said that the whole reason why all the mechanics were harder and blah 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 was because of weak auras and DBM and blah 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 blah. But they're removing those weak auras and stuff like that, the functionality, but they're not making the mechanics less difficult to compensate for that. So it's an excuse to just remove those things and continue making the game.
I don't know, because the only thing that I've ever had that was it's going to mean that warnings are going to be there. And one, all it ever did was a pop-up on DPM. So if you're not paying attention to that, whatever. And it means the range radar stuff isn't going to work because all it does is tell you if you're near somebody. But most of those mechanics already have circles around them. I don't think that there's any mechanics out there that don't have some indicator of what you need to get out of. So what it is somebody's exploiting this bug in the race to world first or whatever to make a weak aura, because they do that so that they have an advantage over somebody else because they came up with this aura for whatever fucking boss. I don't even know what fucking boss it is, but I don't know. I just like the one where somebody posted a picture of whatever that Simpson character is sitting on the bus laughing, going, "I'm in danger."
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm in danger."
Oh yeah.
The kid with his
Yeah.
nuts. I don't remember.
I
his name.
don't watch
the cop's son. The cop's
Yeah.
son.
Yeah.
So Follower Dungeons are on the PTR. We're going to try that out. So we'll have some good stuff to talk about next week. Because, I like to say that we're going to talk about things and never talk about them.
Can we copy characters over onto the PTR?
I think so. I would assume so.
I gotta download the PTR. Holy crap!
Oh.
It's not that bad because it uses the core game files now.
Oh,
remember?
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a full download of the game anymore. It's a small subset, just like with. Yeah, that's great.
Well, Jim, now I'm excited. Gosh.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for listening. We're going to go play the PTR and check out these follower dungeons, and just kind of see what we have that's allowable for it. Hopefully, it will not be queue locked or whatever, faction locked. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll let you guys know next week, and if it starts off with Chris going F Blizzard, then you'll know that it was kind of fucked. So anyway, thanks everybody for listening. You can check us out at facebook.com/server restart in. Shoot us a tweet or a post, whatever you prefer, at server_restart on the X app. And talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.